Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Rewind Gaming 3v3 Weekly. Tonight, your host, Flamebastard, joined by my lovely co-caster, Grandy. How are you doing, Grandy?
I'm doing pretty good, thank you. Had a very busy day, but looking forward to this at the end of it. Should be good.
Yeah, we had a busy day today, but we will close out the Saturday night with a lovely tournament from the lovely organization Rewind Gaming. And we have some really good teams. One of the teams we should probably mention is Turtle Esports, who are joining us today from the DreamHack in Sweden. So they're playing from the DreamHack event, which will be quite interesting. They also won it and got $400 in their pocket. So congrats, guys, in case you're listening to the stream.
Yeah.
We're quite excited to see how you will perform today as well. Obviously, a name that is well known in the community. Turtle Esports always out
It was
for
a good show.
prize money. Yeah. Anyway, let's get back into the rest of the teams.
Sure. I mean, the first, I couldn't believe this was actually their team name for a minute, but the first game today, I believe, is between. I'm sure this is like Funny Moments episode 26 versus E-Wave Esports RL. That's, I mean, that's the most original team name I think I've seen so far. I'm not sure what that's quite referencing, but that's Drowsy, Lacey, and Polly. Oh, nice. Coordinated names there.
Yeah.
Dark
Funny
Temple,
moments.
Yoda Tom, and Snowy of E-Wave Esports.
Yeah. So I don't think I recognize any of the names, I have to say. So quite interesting to see how they will perform. But before we get into the games, as always, this tournament is crowdfunded. So if you have a spare dollar and you want to help us out with the prize money, go over to Matcherino, !Matcherino in the chat, and you will find everything eventually there. But without further ado, I think we can get the teams in. Looks like we have Dark Templar, Snowy, and Yodatom in here. So still waiting on, I think, Funny Moments, right?
That's correct. Yep. In fact,
E-Wave
it's interesting that
already here.
most of Funny Moments is British, whilst most of E-Wave Esports, in fact, yeah, all three of those guys are German.
And one Austrian, yeah. So
Yep.
so interestingly enough, I already know who are we rooting for, right? Because I don't know the players, so we pretty much have to trust our guts here. But obviously, obviously German Rocket
Obviously
League players
British.
are superior.
Superior.
Yeah, indeed, right.
Just coordinated there.
Well, yeah, guys, in case you know them, if you know the players, help us out. Give us your predictions. Who you think is going to take away this series? It is a best of 3 until the finals, and we're still on round 2, so it will be an interesting evening for sure. But yeah, so we're still waiting on Funny Moments to find their way into the lobby.
We've got a few recognizable teams coming to this. I mean, we've already mentioned Turtle Esport. I see Dwarfbutt again, one of the staff around. One of the casters that we've had on previous events is in on DI Team E. Hopefully they're still around. I'll have to check the bracket again for that. We Like Cheese, Mitso. I recognize Mitso on there, who I think played for EG before. Who else we got? Trox. We Have Memes and Dreams. What a team name. I recognize those guys too. We got Rennie Rentier, Solarax, and iMonk, of course, who are Turtle Esports. So yeah, quite a few names I recognize.
Also, the Lost Papers are in here. So the teams always come up with some interesting names. The late ones, I like that one too. Oh, that's pretty cool. And the Gnomies.
Wait, the Gnomies? What?
The Gnomies.
The Gnomies. It's a silent G.
Oh, Gnomies, my bad. It's the Gnomies. That's what they were going for, right?
No.
Why is everybody criticizing my accent? I have the right to have an accent. It's the Gnomies. I don't care.
That is an accent, buddy.
It is.
Pronunciation.
No, it's an accent. It's the Gnomies. Good. Do we have anyone else that needs to have a proper pronunciation?
Any more? No. Okay.
London Esports is a good one too.
London.
I bet
London
they
is
are.
My city. Wait.
No. England is your city.
England.
Country.
Well, I can't even get that right.
Get your memes right, man.
Sorry.
We should probably.
It's been a long day, all right. It's been a long day. Anyway, we're still waiting for the other team. We're currently waiting on. I've even forgotten their name at this point.
Yeah.
So,
If you're wondering what we're doing right now, we're just trying to kill time. So
if not
so
already
you get a-
obvious.
you get a proper cast. I'll get a proper. I can't do Oprah. How does he do that? What does he do?
Oprah? I don't
Doesn't she
watch
like
Oprah.
you get a car and you get a car and everybody gets a car? Isn't it like that?
I have no idea. I don't watch
My
Oprah. I'm
bad.
afraid.
I'm pretty sure it goes like that, or
Yeah.
somewhat like that. Anyway.
Well, I've learned something new. There you go. Learn something new every day. Found out how
Oh, yeah.
Oprah speaks.
But
Hey,
here we go.
finally.
Whew. Let's
All right.
get that awkward moment behind us.
Yeah. Let's just call it. As soon as the mods have contact with them, let them go. We can start straight. into game one. Release the hounds. Yeah, and these have all made it here. Drowsy, Lacey, and Polly.
Yeah, so just get them in. We can't wait. The first game of the Rewind Gaming 3 Weekly. Also, I have to say, shout out to everybody that was participating in that rebranding. It was marvelous. I love it.
Tasty.
So, yeah, exactly.
You guys will see it in a moment, like the new overlays. In fact, I don't think I've actually seen the new
Well, I have to open the stream. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah. Where can I see the brackets? There should be some kind of bracket link. Oh, it's just exclamation mark bracket. That's right. Ploy is very close to brackets. So yeah, it's just exclamation mark bracket. There you go. Bass has got it all sorted for you. But here we go. Going into game one. As I said, it is a best of 3 up until the finals, which is best of 5. And we'll be off. It looks like
It is the US server too.
Well, that's anticlimactic. We've started on a US server. So
But I got to see the overlays. So there's that.
that's true. We do get to see the shiny overlay. Just look at that.
Oh, even with like Matcherino and stuff, guys, that's so nice. But yeah, sorry
Right.
for the small hiccup here. We're gonna change to EU any moment, but at least we have the teams in here, so it will just take us a couple of seconds, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, we've already seen there's a number of grand champs sitting around there.
Yeah, and
Well,
also
even
$20 from Jay. Oh man, sorry. How do you pronounce it? Wait, Jay Crewet.
What? I'm pretty sure it's Julius.
Oh, shout out to Julius then for the $20 to increase the price pool. Thanks a lot, man. Oh, and Mitch for $9 too. So huge
the
shout out.
admin.
And guys, if you wanna scroll down the bottom there on the screen and you wanna help out the community, type !Matcherino in the chat and put him some dollars to make sure.
It
You,
seems that the
will be there.
Matcherino link in the Twitch chat is actually for the 2v2 tournament.
Oh,
So we're gonna have to update that if we can have some kind of admin also update that. Because yeah, that's different to the one that is on. In fact, let me try and copy this in real quick. I don't know whether I have permission to do this. Hopefully I do. I don't. Yay. But yeah, it's tournament number 9008. So if you change the link to be 9008, you'll get a link to the Matcherino, which has actually been
Which has actually
$68
been
out of
deleted.
$75. It's actually quite a high price pool today. There's been a number of donations that was read out just a moment ago. So
yeah, that's pretty cool.
gone to our stretch goal of 75. Give these guys a really good incentive to play well, I guess.
I mean, you will get your updated Rewind Matcherino link any moment. So hold on your purse. Don't throw out the money just yet. Get your chances.
Gather those pennies.
Pennies?
Yeah. Find a
No,
penny
don't
behind
throw
the sofa.
pennies.
Find a
Throw
penny.
like a couple of quids. Come on.
To be
Yeah,
fair, I've
we
still
are-
got my envelope of euros from having visited.
Oh, why didn't you?
I can't be bothered.
What? By the way, you still owe me money from
Wait, what?
me buying all the meat for the cooking stream and the stuff. No, I'm just kidding. We're even. It's fine.
What?
Just messing
I thought I brought stuff
Don't
up.
worry. No, it's fine.
That was meant. I
Yeah.
think that was typical German humor.
Humor?
Yeah, exactly. all right. It looks like we got the teams coming in. All
Anyway.
6 of them. Yep, I think we got all 6 of them. See, Dark Templar. We got Snowy. We got Yoda. Yoda Tom. We got Polly, Lacey, and actually there may be one missing. Drowsy. There we go. All of them
Finally.
are in. Whew.
Look at it. And it is even EU service. Lovely. Look at the pings. Oh,
Beautiful.
so good. Yeah, but I'll take it away from here.
Sure.
Let us start with the first game. Your predictions in the chat, guys. Who you think is going to win E-Wave Esports or Funny Moments episode 29? Maybe they'll make it episode 30 after this game. We will see, but here we go. First kickoff goes in favor of Funny Moments. Polly challenging Jon from in the corner though. Ends up a 50-50 between Drowsy and Snowy. The ball bounces high up into the midfield. Lacey is there. That was way too high. Not threatening for Yoda Asian to go for that whatsoever. Drowsy trying to pop that midfield. Finding Snowy instead. Lacey will be there to move it forward.
Yep, some long wide rotations coming out already. Someone's going to come up for this one. Trying to pass it midfield. Not going to get it. There's a few open shots so far. None of them really all that challenging. And the passes have been very respectful to each other and giving plenty of room. Oh!
Snowy almost own-goaling that one too. That was an interesting way of saving that one. Now all three players from E-Wave Esports are on the same spot. Lacey getting the ball there. Drowsy going for an incredible demo and Dark Templar. Smart play.
My goodness. I mean, Lacey pulled back. For some reason, I'm not sure where Drowsy's left. But pulled. Was given all the time in the world to set up that shot. And in the end, a brilliant demolition on the line is going to get them that goal, which very heads-up play, which is great to see so early on in this series.
Oh. Making sure to put that one in after good... That was a brilliant wall 50-50. Funny Moments, unfortunately, have been to point, but Drowsy seems like he fixed the FPS bug that sometimes occur, but it's pretty much level pegging right now. Pretty much at the start of the game with 3:55 left.
Yep, fake kickoff coming out as well. Although is that going all the way? Not quite. Tom going to try and take it from the side. Doesn't quite manage it. Snowy now. Long clearance up this right-hand side. Drowsy going to pick it up, take it over his own net, perhaps. Need to be very careful with those, but he managed to get it right. Lays it off to Lacey. In fact, there is absolutely nobody home. Is that going to be yet another goal? Second one coming out. Go Funny Moments.
I mean, that was a beautiful wide clear from Lacey, which ends up being a pass to Drowsy. Despite him not hitting the ball too hard, it was enough to throw with Dark Temper there, which just rushed to the line. Unfortunately, not capable of saving that one. In fact, Funny Moments taking the lead once again. Good kickoff there between Snowy and Drowsy. But it ends up being a ball for Funny Moments. Lacey deciding to put that one into the midfield straight to Yonatom. He gets challenged by Polly right away. Lacey helping out his teammate. He was probably looking for yet another demo play. But ends up deciding against it. White clear, gets to Dark Templar. Can he put it center? No, Polly is there. And Yonatom ends up rushing into nowhere.
Yeah. Both teams very, very hands-on. So many demolitions, so many bumps left and right and center. And it's being so aggressive, like in terms of being in front of the net the entire time. Neither team really managing to actually convert some of these chances other than very simple shots. That is a great turnaround. That one in.
That was a bit of an unnecessary touch from Polly, I would say. Drowsy already beat Dark Templar to the line. He's just making sure it goes top left corner of the net. But that is in fact Funny Moments taking the lead yet again with 2 goals now. And it has been the case that Dark Templar in the defense has been beaten a couple times by now. So I guess they need to step up their game. They still have 2.5 minutes left to come back from this. But for now it is Funny Moments who's ruling the field.
Yeah, absolutely. 2-goal lead. It's going to take a while. They're only halfway through the first game. And it's always say that the first game is always feeler. So we'll see. They're all very competitive and very capable players. So hopefully they can sort out their back line a bit more.
Yonatom putting that one to the wall. That could be the beginning of a good attack. He's going for the edge rule, but Drowsy's on the wall. Ends up centering it for Dark Templar, but he's not quick enough in the air to go for it. That was a bit of a risky play. Polly taking chances here. Going to Drowsy. Yonatom is alone on the line. Lacey not hitting that ball off the wall there, giving Yonatom an opportunity to pass it. He pops it into the midfield. Dark Templar, early contest from him, gets clear to the side. Lacey is there. Lacey the second time. Can he make it happen? No, he gets challenged by Yuratom right away. Yuratom, can he go for the back foot pass? Yes, he does to Dark Templar. Beautiful tap now. Lacey's there.
No.
Drowsy.
Oh, you gotta feel for him. I mean, that was a great shot for one. The angle at which Dark Templar managed to hit that down, and for Drowsy to be. Oh, funny moments. Unfortunate of you guys. Damn. Well, it's 3-2 now. Only one goal in it. 1:30 left on the clock. I mean, we knew it was going to be fairly close based on how good the teams were.
Oh, Lacey.
Very close to the top left corner as well. And in
That was
fact,
so close,
still
but
gonna go.
Drowsy might have another opportunity, but Dark Templar is there to put that one to the side. And with that unfortunate own goal, E-Wave Esports, they have an opportunity now to come back. It is 1 minute and 10, so the time is ticking against them. But Dark Templar is making the effort, unfortunately not finding any teammate. Polly slopping that one down towards Lacey. Snowy's touch gets contested by Drowsy to
Oh.
Polly. What an angle!
Good lord, Polly. What on earth? I mean, great vision from Drowsy to see him over the other side. But what an angle! Like he was backboard and somehow managing to redirect you in front of net. Beautiful, beautiful passing play ending up in what was a magnificent goal.
And to have trust in your teammate to actually convert that goal is probably one of the
Oh,
good...
oh,
Oh, Yodatum! Funny moments, amazing goal. You pull out one yourself.
What? He just he was like sliding on his back over to the other side. Goodness gracious. Well, okay, well, that escalated rather quickly, I wouldn't say. In the last 20 seconds, things have just gone utterly crazy. Both teams pulling out some crazy plays. And I have a feeling they're going to keep on going. Lacey getting the double touch.
Oh.
Somebody has to get another touch on that. Yoda taking it to the crossbar. Great replay.
Lacey with the big plays, double touch there, enabling that pass. Yodatum, the first strike, can get in the way of Polly, but Drowsy in the end is there. Beautiful rotation from Funny Moments, making sure they take the lead with 2 goals yet again. But we have seen E-Wave Esports coming back with some assistance from Funny Moments players too. But with only 30 seconds left, it looks rather tough for E-Wave. They have to pretty much show up now. That could be an opportunity from Yodatum onto the backboard. We have seen him go for that, and Polly cannot save that one. Slots that one in the top left corner himself. And with 20 seconds left on the clock, E-Wave is only down 1 goal yet again.
Oh gosh, Polly. Earlier on in the game, I was going to say, although I didn't quite get an opportunity to, the Funny Moments were actually taking their time, taking things to ground plays, and even just rolling back their car a little bit to get a better opportunity going forward. You can see that they're going for so many passing plays, really thinking about where they're putting the ball. But then to have Polly do an own goal in front of net, I don't know. Gotta mix it up a bit, I suppose, in life.
Yeah, 5 seconds left on the clock. E-Wave is probably their last opportunity. Yodatum tries to get to it. It's way too tough on of an angle. And Funny Moments taking the lead here in the series with the first win versus E-Wave Esports. So, given the close scoreline, who do you think is coming out ahead? Funny Moments, you were talking about it briefly. Funny Moments look like they were going for the passing plays, and if they get rid of their own goaling,
Well,
that shouldn't be a close series in my opinion.
the minor detail of hitting into a net, that aside, yeah, I mean, that would have been a 5-3, and I think that is more reflective of what the game was like. I mean, we've seen E-Wave, especially Yodatom, with that goal coming off very close to kickoff almost, flying in from the side, getting the double touch, which was not an easy hit to make. That was really far out. But on the other side, we've seen Polly make another goal of similar caliber. So both teams have the ability to take the series off each other, I think. It's just a case of whether, I think E-Wave, whether they can actually calm down a little bit, and whether Funny Moments can just strengthen their backline a little bit.
Yeah, but without further ado, I still think I'll give that one to Funny Moments. So far, they have been, they have been ruling the field really. And quite interesting to see if E-Wave can step up their game. But Drowsy Yodatum pick up the midfield. That is an immediate aggression from Snowy, and Lacey getting that one touch they needed, putting that one into the cross, but it was working in his favor. On the other side, Yodatom picking up the ball. Does he see Dark Templar? Yes, he does. They were looking for a pinch, but that didn't really work out, did it?
No. Look at the passes, though. Beautiful. Oh, and even the bump right there. You're going to pick up this one. First goal of this second game. Obviously, they've got the momentum coming forward. Yoda, after being able to do such an amazing double touch last game, you would have thought he could make a simple front flip clear, but apparently not. Nerves getting the better of him, perhaps. And there we go, 1-0.
Yeah, and only 30 seconds into the game, Funny Moments so far have been asking most of the questions. E-Wave doesn't really find the right answers. Polly being up there off the backboard, probably not having a lot of boost, still going for a Drowsy to Lazy. Look at even in the most intense situations, Funny Moments always find that one pass that threatens E-Wave to go for it. And E-Wave hasn't been really playing for now. Drowsy getting contested, but the touch from Yodatom has been wide, fortunately. A little bit of a double commit there on the wall. Drowsy triple commit from Funny Moments now.
Wow.
But they still get it to the side, so they have some time to recover.
Yeah, I was about to say that was so unlike them. And 3-member pile-up on the goal line of Funny Moments. Very close there from E-Wave, but didn't quite manage to convert it. Too many bodies, too many cars in the way. But other than there, the rotation hasn't been very solid from Funny Moments. It's been hard for anyone to really get past them, as the passing game has just been so strong. In fact, again, they're left with a pretty much open net. Second shot wide. Lacey's back enough in time. It's going to go wide anyway.
We have seen a lot of double and triple commits now on the side of Funny Moments in the last couple of seconds.
Oh.
Beautiful shot from Dark Templar. Gets saved from Polly on the backboard. Templar the second. Yodatom is a bit late. Drowsy making sure that one gets to the side clear.
Oh no.
And that is a beautiful doink. Not sure if that was intentional, but it is Funny Moments with a 2-0 lead.
Oh, you gotta love a good doink. I think that was fairly intentional, but the sheer speed he managed to get off the back of it, crazy. I mean, it's their second goal, only 2 minutes in, 3 still to go. Still think E-Wave have an opportunity if they don't mess up so much. So much pressure coming out from Funny Moments.
Yeah, they're super quick on the turns, early contests, don't give E-Wave any sort of space whatsoever. You see Polly, instead of just leaving Yodatom to dribble it out, immediate contestants there, don't give him any space. That is an opportunity for Drowsy. It looks like he doesn't have the boost. I was just giving up on the aerial. Polly coming in. Lazy is on the backboard. Drowsy both going for it, but Lazy ends up clearing that one, and that is an open net if Dark Templar can get to it. But Polly is there, making sure that one get cleared 50-50 in favor of Yodatom. Back to Dark Templar. Can he bring it center? Yes, he can. Snowy is there, and that is the first goal for E-Wave Esports.
Con, the sudden turn of pace. And Polly going up in front of goal. Brilliant vision from Templar to go for the pass instead of trying to try and push in that shot. It's probably some of the first passing we've seen in this game so far that has actually been any kind of success for E-Wave. But finally, they're showing that they can actually loop some of these things together.
Oh, good contest from Dark Templar. That's going goalwards. Can he slot it in? No, Polly is there, closing in the angle. It wouldn't have gone in, I think. It was a bit too wide to the post. Lazy on the other hand, mashing that one forward. Yodatom is there, finding Polly on the side. Beautiful pass to Drowsy, and Drowsy is not hitting that one onto the net. That could have been an amazing passing play. Funny Moments, they're still pressuring Lazy off the wall, making it awkward, but Dark Templar slots there on the other side. Sudden pace turnaround. Yodatom hitting the backboard there. Then we see Drowsy on the other hand, going for the aerial dribble. What a dunk! Beautiful.
Yeah, man, like right at the very end there, you could tell he was running out of boost somewhere around here, and then just followed it right on in. He doesn't care if a defender's in his way, he's going to try it anyway. And it pulls it off. They've now got a 2-goal lead. Minute and 33 left on the clock. And again,
it's still plenty of time. Especially with that shot from Yodatom. Oh, hitting the woodwork yet again. E-Wave getting a bit unfortunate with their shots. But they still have time. Funny moments. They're not trying to control the ball. Beautiful shot from Drowsy. Yuratom is there, keeping E-Wave in the game for now, but the time is ticking. Snowy putting that one high up. It is awkward to save. Polly making it a great clear anyway. Drowsy across the field to Lacey. But we're end up being a clear for Dark Templar.
Yep, Yodatom's going to try and get it up. Ooh, failure to launch from Polly. Now we've got a very awkward 50-50. In fact, nobody is left in net. Polly just needs to hit it center. Yodatom going to come flying in. That's a good angle. Round and slot it underneath the crossbar. I mean, nobody was really knowing what to do with that. Drowsy was up way too late, and Polly was up as well, not covering the goal. And they're one step closer to bringing this game back to level pegging.
But it has been a similar game last game, where Funny Moments just found slight edge of securing that win. Yuratom, that could be an opportunity for Lacey. Snowy saw the opportunity, but it is Drowsy. And what I was saying just a couple seconds ago actually happened. Funny Moments found their way into the net of E-Wave Esports a couple of seconds before the game ends.
Yep. They extend their lead quite significantly at the end. Now all that's needed is an own goal, pretty much. And when we're there, then it's an equal, pretty much. But no, I mean, they certainly haven't let up. When there, I was wondering whether they were getting a bit soft towards the end. But certainly not. Their offensive pressure is still going. Although that is actually going to be another goal back. 20 seconds left on the clock. Dark Templar giving his team yet another avenue back into this. One more goal, and they have got high game going into overtime, most likely.
Yeah, that was pretty much the first time I've seen Funny Moments getting punished for their quite aggressive rotation. So let's see how the last 17 seconds will pay out. Yuratom is not helping, giving Lacey an opener, but Snowy with the hero save, opening up the potential comeback from E-Wave Esports. Yuratom to Dark Templar. That pretty much was their last chance. Polly will just try to slot that one down. Beautiful double touch off the wall, probably securing them the win. Is not over yet, but Polly is just interested to pop that one down, and it happens so. Funny Moments taking away the series with a 2-0 sweep.
Yep. And little to no surprise, I guess, in the end. I was secretly hoping that E-Wave was just slightly out of practice and was going to come back with something great in the second one, but the team play, the passing coming out from Funny Moments, just a little bit too much for E-Wave to handle. So, thanks for coming along, E-Wave. Put on a great performance. And we've got some clip-worthy plays coming out of the back of that. But, unfortunately, Funny Moments is going to be the one to go on through into our quarterfinals.
But, anyway, guys, we have some technical issues. So I know that we just played one round, but we're gonna quickly restart the stream. It will also be a short break. Don't go anywhere. The stream will come back up shortly after. So use the opportunity to grab something, get a drink, get a snack, and be prepared for some amazing Rocket League to come. So see you guys after the restart. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Rewind Weeklies. I think this time it is the 40th episode. So after more restart we had, I'm happy to bring you back. Today, it's your host Flamebuster together with your boy Grandy. How you doing, man?
I'm hanging in there, boy.
You're hanging in there.
I'm hanging in there. As I've mentioned a couple of times, it's been a long day, but I just love Rocket League. It's a lot of fun to do this.
Arsenal Rocket League is a wonderful thing.
It is. It is indeed.
Yeah. Yeah, but after our first, and that was just round 2 previous game that we've just seen. And that was exciting, so I can't wait to see how the rest of the teams will perform. Because next up, we're going to have the Gnomies versus Enclave.
We had this discussion earlier.
No.
It's the Gnomies.
I refuse.
Silent G.
I refuse to accept it as a pronunciation error. It's my accent. Deal with it. Anyway, so it's the quarterfinals, and the Gnomies have been beating We Have Memes and Dreams on the other side with a 2-1 scoreline. So it was rather close if I check it out. Gnomies have been 5-0, 2-3, 1-0. And on the other side, Enclave have made their way through with a 2-0 sweep versus the late ones with a 5-4 and a 2-1. So it seems like both teams are capable of scoring a lot of goals. Side of the Gnomies, we have Zach, Zephyr, and McLovin versus a full British team.
Hey.
Dr. Josh, Exposia, and Duck. Duck, a name that I recognize personally. He's a pretty good player. So looking forward
like
to
that.
this.
Seems we got most of them in now. Do we have all of them in? We've got Dr. Josh. He's ENC Dr. Josh. We have Duck. In fact, I recognize Duck as well. Probably in like a tournament from RG a little while back.
No, he has been in a format, yeah.
And then Exposia, we are just missing out on Sack. I believe I saw him come and go. So hopefully he's back any moment. Seems like Rocket League is bugging out more than usual in recent times. Whether it be frame rate issues or nameplate issues, you name it.
Server issues.
Well, that's been a universal constant.
Yeah.
Throughout the whole thing.
But yeah, while we're to be fair,
Psyonix is doing a reasonable job.
All right. Yeah, we're not bashing on Psyonix here.
No.
But yeah, while we're waiting on the last player to come in, guys, make sure you put in some dollars for the winners. We're already at an amazing price pool of. Let me check that real quick. I think it was already rather high. Oh, the Matcherino link is still showing the 2v2 showdown.
$83.
So, $83. That is actually quite a lot. So, but don't get fooled by the amount of money. If you have a spare dollar and you want to be shown on screen, make sure you go to matcherino.com/tournaments/9008. I'm pretty sure one of the mods in the chat can give you guys the link. I'll post it real quick in the broadcast channel. So here we go. We're at $83. We already reached our goal of 75. But anyway.
Yeah, we're beyond. In fact, I don't know. We might still have Matcherino codes. I'm not entirely sure which aren't on screen right now, but you can use. I think if you go to the bracket, and I'll do quickly exclamation mark bracket. There is a link to get the Matcherino code for today. It's part of the description, and then there's a link to the actual Matcherino page on there as well. So that's a $3. You don't need to put any of your own money in. You can just do a $3 using their coupon codes. So do consider that. That'd be very much appreciated. The more money, the merrier. And of course, if you have any friends that are interested in Rocket League as well, you could point them here. Because this is where it's all at, boys. Who cares about E-League? Who cares about anything else? Just rewind.
What's that? Anyway, we're still waiting on of one player, I think, of the Gnomies. I can't believe you made me pronounce it Gnomies, by the way.
It's the connect.
I don't.
The correct.
It's a family-friendly stream, so I cannot swear. But anyway, yeah, we're still waiting on the player. So I think by now we're pretty much running out of stuff to talk about, and it gets super awkward as always. But if there's one thing that we both can do fairly well, is having awkward conversations on stream. So
What does that mean? What does that even mean, guy? What does that? Oh, there he is.
Yeah, look, he's back. Perfect. Before we slightly drifted into that, but he managed to find his way in. So if you would just if Dot could just forward the teams to join right away, so we could start the second match of the 3v3 weekly number 40 from Rewind Gaming. That would be brilliant. And here we go.
Yep.
Teams are joining in. Grandy, you take it away.
Alrighty. Enclave versus the Nomies. We got an ESO Monthly Elite inside of the Nomies and a couple of Season 2 Grand Champs. No, not Season 3. So we got some decent Grand Champs inside of Enclave as well. So it's going to be as high a power game as last time, if not more. And already, always deep into the Enclave half. Zafir did a great job of keeping it up there. He's going to try and get across from the side there.
Oh.
He's going to drop down. Sack trying to get it on. Exposio with a great clear off to the side. Clevin again, bring it in central. And that's going to be a great shot just past the post from Zafir. And finally, Enclave managed to get it out of their own half.
Sack versus Dr. Josh there on the wall. Wins a brilliant 50-50. Moves it forward. And Duck is taking it across the net. Not sure if you want to do that because Sapphire is on the other end. Receiving the pass from Sack and bringing the Nomies into the lead with a 420 goal.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, no, I wasn't going to go there. But I knew that was waiting there, just waiting for me to pick that up. And I was like, no, not this time. But it is a 420 goal indeed. 40 seconds in. But hey, a good shot already. In fact, the second one coming out. McLovin, what accuracy coming in from this side. With the pigeon toppers, pigeon banners, gotta love it. Such a strong hit. 103. Just underneath the waiting goalie. That's 2-0.
Yeah. And Enclave, they're already under a lot of pressure. We haven't even played 1 minute yet. That might be Zephyr looking for the third one, hitting the cross there. Close call. But the Nomies overall being super aggressive, giving Enclave no chance to get that ball with a solid clear out whatsoever. Exposure with the first good pass there, not finding Duck. On the other end, McLovin just putting that one forward, going for boost there, giving Dr. Josh an opportunity to go for it, but Zephyr off the wall, punching that across the field, gets a second touch. Pops that high up, but Zach is not able to receive that, and Zephyr again has to clear that one, but Doc is there to expose McLovin picking it up and starting the counter-attack.
Yeah, two of them were in that corner trying to get out. In fact, this is going to be very open towards the middle. Zephyr off the post. Oh, brilliant placement from Zach. He could have just tried to pelt it as hard as he can, but instead he goes for that bottom right-hand corner. Oh, such pressure and unfortunate missing coming out from Exposure, leaving what was a mostly open net for Sack to then plant.
Nomi's running away here. We're not even close to the second half of the match and they're already up 3 goals. And by the looks of it, it might even be higher. McLovin trying to put it out towards the backboard. Doesn't really connect to it. Duck on the other end, looking for the passing play. Exposure almost putting that one to the net. Way too wide to the side, actually. Gets another touch, but that just ends up being a pass to Zach. Sapphire has to go for it. Good touch there from him. Exposure, last man standing, gets the touch onto it. McLovin just plopping that one down. Zach is there to McLovin, back to it, onto the backboard. Can anyone go for it? Zephyr is there. Beautiful drop down, but Duck on the line with the clutch save, keeping Enclave alive for now.
Yeah, but it's still in their half. So much pressure going on. Josh finally getting the clearance. Zephyr, the guys from Nomies just don't let the ball have any space. They're always on top of it, no matter where it is on the field. Going in for contests or going in for those little blocks in midfield. They're not going to allow it on their side for any longer than they have to. And all the while, still managing to connect to each other. McLovin coming off this side. Got Utham coming around. Zephyr going to try and get to the top right. But now these players from Enclave are still decent. They will still read some of the basic stuff coming over from one side of the field to the other. So it's definitely not over by any means.
Oh, McLovin somehow getting that past Exposure. They are getting demoed in the process, but they're just continuing the pressure. Good read there from him. Getting that one final touch that he needed. Exposure not capable of blocking that one whatsoever. And by the looks of it, the Nomis are just running away at this point. 4-0 up. That might be an opportunity. McLovin reading that touch from Exposure. Zach off the ceiling there, somehow getting the block. But Exposure will try to get that one out. Gets intercepted, and Duck is there to help him out, but nobody with him. He realizes that, takes it slow, gets that touch off the wall. Good read from him. McLovin has to get a touch to it. He does so, but Exposure with the shot. Zach and Sapphire both in line. Not really threatening in the end. And yeah, time is just ticking versus the Nomis at this point.
Yeah, you can certainly see that Enclave are sort of more situational. They sort of roll with whatever they're given. Whereas Nomis seem to actually pass and hit the ball around with a bit more purpose. They're either finding teammates or rarely hitting it blindly up the field, which I feel is something that the Enclave seem to be doing a lot more often. So we'll have to see how well Enclave turn themselves out of that. That's the word I was trying to find. And instead, 4-0 up. We've got to change something. Yet every ball they go for, Zach or somebody else is going ahead of them. In fact, here's McLovin coming in from the side. Good deflection down. It's kind of like the Enclave is playing the fireman, just desperately trying to put out fires left, right, and center.
And with only 36 seconds left on the clock, it is quite a hard task. They're definitely trying more at this point, but the Nomis, they're so confident going for the ball. That might be an opportunity, but McLovin versus 2, completely denying the angles to shoot from. Good demo there, opening up and counter-attack for the Nomis. Good passing play between Josh and Exposure. Unfortunately, it doesn't get to the end. Duck with a shot, and with only 11 seconds left on the clock, I think that goal doesn't have that big of an impact.
No. Josh, actually with a great pass, that's perfect. And even with 2 players sitting on the line, one of them facing one way, one of them facing the other, it was a shot that went directly between them. Very cleverly placed. Neither of them could get up to it in time. But as you say, it is the last 5 seconds. And they are 4-1 down. Looks like game 1 is going to be going over to the Nomis. Which, to be fair, they absolutely deserved it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, in terms of passing play, overall consistency and rotation, just overall gameplay, the Nomis have been coming out strong, and we see it on the scoreboard as well. I mean, 11 shots on the side of Nomis, only 2 on the side of Enclave, and one of them has been saved by Zach, the other one has been going in. So Enclave not really threatening overall in this game. On the other side, the Nomis pressuring the net of Enclave over and over and over again. No spacing or no space for them to make their own plays happening whatsoever.
Exactly. So, it's going to be interesting to see what Enclave come out with going into game 2. They've got so much to work on. I mean, Nomis are just so powerful. It feels like Enclave needs to go more into ground play, trying to slow the pace of the game down, get it under their control just a little bit. It just seems to be that little bit edge in front of them. Nomis playing that edge so well. They've actually just been told that our prize pool has gone over $100 now. It's $103. Wow. I think Percy with the hero donation coming back after a long absence. So welcome back, Percy. Thank you so much for the donation. And we'll see. Looks like the teams are going in and out. They're trying to stop the game from starting, I think. But
you can just
here?
Go ahead.
Yeah, everyone's here. Yep, we're in. There we go. That's a bit of a strange start. Possibly the strangest start I've ever had to a game. But there we go. They are in and raring to go. Duck with the first shot of the game. This time Exposure actually leading up to it very well. Did you manage to get it out though? Duck sending it right back in. Good hit from Sack just to take it away from Dr. Josh. Loving with great rotation in second, try and get on the other end of it. Isn't going to find it. Light touch. Josh to Exposure. Exposure going to try and dribble it in. McLovin reading that from a mile off. Now in the corner. Duck going to take it out. Zephyr going all the way high up. That's actually bouncing awkwardly towards the center. Neither one of Exposure and Dr. Josh knew whether to go for it. Zach, left hand side, a good 50-50. Josh pulled from the line. There's now no one pretty much on net. Exposure finally managed to get back. Good shot just over the crossbar, and McLovin misses. Expecting to get the block on, I think. But,
Yeah,
the
with
passing play's not quite coming through.
and the first minute pretty much has been in favor of the Nomis. Good passing play from Duck to Dr. Josh, and what a comeback after the sieging of the Nomis. Yeah, Dr. Josh just finding that one spot they needed. Zach being high up, not getting the touch he was looking for, and Sapphire has to flip backwards. Doesn't really get the touch he was looking for. And yeah, first goal from Enclave after pretty much just the Nomis playing. But on the other end, Sapphire has been forced to go up for it. Good touch there from Zach. Ends up being passed to Josh. Gets contested by Sapphire right away, but that is wide clear, and McLovin has to go for it onto the backboard. Exposure is there, back to the backboard, but nobody is there to go for that pass. Really beautiful prop from Zach. Back to Sapphire, onto McLovin. Can he make it happen? He finds the cross. Close call there on the side of the Nomis, and they already show up with their strong passing play. They're not done yet. They want to close out the games, and are definitely capable of doing so.
Yeah, and yet again we see the passes coming out, even in defense, just a little tap downs. I think it was Zach onto McLovin.
Oh,
Little tiny things. Right? Is that going to be yet another one? It is. McLovin coming in from the side, slotting it so accurately. Zach tapping it down. Zephyr pretty much baiting out Exposure, whether he meant to or not. But then the pile up in corners are completely exposed, and that isn't going to be missed by McLovin.
yeah, that was a beautiful fake from Sapphire. Another demo coming in, so the game gets a bit more physical. Nomis, they want to show that that one goal from Enclave might have just been a one-timer. On the other side, Exposure has an opportunity, doesn't find the net, puts McLovin in an awkward position, but he gets it clear high in the midfield, so Sapphire can pick it up. But Duck is there, closing out the angle. Exposure, early aggression for him. Dr. Josh is there, and that was what we like to see from Enclave, but that is an unfortunate hit that might actually go in. Can Exposure get to it? Yes, he can, but it ends up being McLovin that puts that one over the line.
Yeah, so unfortunate here. Like, Duck decides to go all the way out for boost. I mean, if they didn't get someone going for that initial bounce before it hit the wall, they've really got to have that second guy in case he misses the bounce coming from the wall, which is really, really hard to read. So unfortunate there from Enclave.
Oh,
But that's going to be now a third coming in. Sack with the amazing goal pretty much from the kickoff. What a crazy kickoff. Great read. And smacked down right in front of the net. Beautiful.
beautiful.
From Zach.
The back-to-back goal, bringing the Nomis to a 2-goal lead. They have won game 1, so it is on to Enclave to come back from this. Despite them taking the lead, they're still down, or they still got 3 consecutive goals on the side of Nomis. Can they make it happen? 2 minutes 20 left. That is an opportunity. Open net for Exposure, and he's saying thank you. Go. I'm not quite sure what happened. That has been the first defensive blunder that we've seen on the side of the Nomis. Zach going for the unfortunate double touch, ends up centering it for Exposure perfectly in the bottom right corner. And yeah, with 2 minutes 22 left on the clock, it looks like Enclave have hopes. There is a glimmer of hope to come back in this game.
Yeah, 1 goal in it. That's more than enough for a good team to come back with. Like, we got 2 minutes and 10 left on the clock, so there's plenty of time. It's just a question of whether they can keep clawing back on this lead. Can have second Zephyr double committing. In fact, that's awkward in front of net. Nearly read past by McLovin. Sek now with the defensive responsibility. He's going to get it over to the corner. Duck doing well to get it into the center. Awkward double commit. Sack brilliantly onto the backboard. There's no one else coming into this from Enclave. Unfortunate miss from Zephyr, unable to get the pass through. Good 50-50 over McLovin. Going straight center. Duck going to try and tap it out wide. We'll hit into the corner. This is going to be an open shot for Zephyr. Good hit off the backboard. Sack just doing enough to get it passed into the corner. A great hit there. Dr. Josh somehow managing to get a clear on that. But what a connection there between those two players.
Nomis coming out strong with the passing plays, but on the other side, Enclave looking for the same. Exposia, good shot there, but Zac has already been rotating back. Strong defense on the side of the Nomis, despite Enclave having the opportunity for 2 goals, and that is an exposed net. Sapphire is not gonna let that one go either. 4-2 for the Nomis, and it has been pretty much like game 1, when the last couple of seconds, the last minute or so, the Nomis have been just coming out on top.
Yeah, I mean, there was, in the end, almost it was a triple commit going on to the edge of that right before the ball got planted over. I can't remember who was right at the back, but they had already 2 players up, well committed into the play, and not enough back. But again, double commits coming out from Enclave. They're 4-2 down. They can't afford to be making these. They need to be doing more passing plays, less double commits if they have any shot. Come back in what is only 40 seconds. Duck unable to make the solo play in the middle. Crazy 50-50 right up into the roof. Good pass forward. McLovin going to try and pass it on. Doesn't quite manage to make it. Duck going forward. Sapphire going to flick it on his backboard to clear, which is actually a brilliant clear forward. McLovin down to Zac.
Oh,
One more on. Nearly a little tap on by Exposure into his own net. Fortunately, just about going wide. And here we go, last 10 seconds.
With the last seconds running out, it looks like Enclave unfortunately are out of this tournament. The Nomis with a brilliant, play here, gameplay overall. We'll see them moving forward into, I think it is the semifinals, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
So unfortunately, we have to say goodbye to Enclave in the quarterfinals. They definitely have put up a good fight, but overall, the Nomis have just been stronger in every aspect of the game.
Yeah, I mean, you said it outright. The synergy between the players on the Nomis is exceptional. They seem to find each other so easily, and even just the simple choice of whether to try and hit it up the pitch or slightly to the side of the pitch, or whether just to tap it down and have a teammate there just collect it and put it somewhere useful. That is the difference between these really high-level teams who, not just high-level individuals, but high-level in terms of team play. And that's what the Nomis had over. Wow, I've even forgotten the name already.
Enclave.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Sorry about
But anyway, guys, I think this is it from us. For now, we will head into a short break until we wait how the matchup between Funny Moments episode 29, which we have seen on stream, winning over E-Wave, battling out against Team Solus United, and one of the two will face London Esports in the semifinals, which will be on stream.
Oh.
But yeah, until now, we will head into a short break.
What? London Esports beat Turtle Esport.
Oh.
6-1
right.
and 2-0. Wow.
Wait a second.
Yeah. Rennie Rentier, iMonk, and Slerax got beaten out by London Esports team. SJ, Prime Hype, Swasix, Swasix, and Alpha Mess. Oh, God.
Yeah, so
but wow, there we go.
Definitely looking forward to this match. But until then, we will head into a break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Rewind Gaming Weekly 3v3 number 40. And as you might know, we are left with 4 teams who have made it all the way into the semifinals. And as Granny was briefly mentioning before the break, we have pretty much exciting news for you guys regarding the next match that we're going to see on stream.
Yeah, I mean, I was just saying before the break that Turtle Esport, who we had just mentioned at the start of the stream, having won DreamHack recently in Sweden, I think it was. They have been knocked out by the team we're about to see, SJ, Prime Hype, and Swasix, playing under the banner of London Esports. And they're going to be facing, of course, the team we've already seen today, Funny Moments episode 26. Again,
Oh,
frightfully
is it 26?
specific. Yeah, of Drowsy, Lacey, and Polly, who put
Oh,
up a
that
very
was-
good performance earlier. Great passing play, so it's going to be interesting to see what a team that can beat Turtle can actually put up against these guys who we've already seen proven to be very good players.
Interesting. I was already at episode 29.
Yeah,
Yes,
you were way ahead.
Yeah, I'm living in the future. So, anyway, yeah, I think without further ado, just get the semifinals started, get the teams in. I'm quite excited to see how London Esports will perform. I mean, they have been beating Turtle Esports with solid goals or solid scores. So I'm expecting quite a lot from them. But we have seen funny moments on the stream before. So, Grandy, what do you predict? What do you think? Who's going to take away that best of 3?
I mean, the amazing thing is that I definitely haven't seen London Esports ever appear in one of the RG tournaments as this team. I've never seen them, so it's going to be very interesting to see what a team like this, as mentioned, who have beaten some good teams on their way, will actually face up against what we know to be a good passing team, a team that actually functions as a team rather than a bunch of individuals strapped together for a prize pool, which is what happens with several of them that come along. So I can't give a particular opinion. I'll have to wait and see. Maybe after game 1 I can give you a bit more, but wait until we see what London Esports plays like together, because in the end, we've got a ton of high-level players. It's just a question of how they work together.
Exactly. And while we're waiting for the players to come in, I have to say, I'm actually pretty unsure myself. So what do you guys think? In the chat over at Twitch, what do you guys think who's going to take away that game? Is it Funny Moments episode 26, which we have seen performing fairly well with great passing play, great rotation overall? Or is it going to be London Esports, who have been beating the all-time favorite Turtle Esports on their way into the semifinals? So give your predictions in the chat, bring the players in, just let's get the semifinals started.
One thing that is worth mentioning is, of course, that they weren't playing with their usual squad, Turtle Esports. This is a slightly misarranged Turtle Esports, because 2 of them are still at DreamHack, and one of them may even just be a player they met there. We're not actually sure where their third was from, as it's not their usual substitute. But anyway, still good on London Esports to be beaten 2 out of the 3 usuals. And yeah, they've got a lot to show, and hoping that they bring it all to bear in this semi-final, which is now underway. Take it away.
Fairly good kickoff there for London Esports. Bounces straight back to Polly, who looks for Drowsy, the passing plays from Funny Moments, starting off right away. While Lacey is having some ping issues with 600 ping on the line. Maybe London Esports can get some advantage out of it. Doesn't seem like the internet is coming back any time, but the white clear from Drowsy definitely buys them some time. And looks like Lacey is slowly coming back with normal ping. Good demo from Drowsy onto the backboard. Can Polly follow it up? He's putting it back to the backboard, but Lacey is there. They're just trying to keep possession, but it looks like SJ and Swasix looking for that clear. Getting intercepted by Drowsy. Polly with a shot. Lacey's there, but SJ hammering that one in the corner of Funny Moments. And that is a good shot from Prime Hype and London Esports with a good switch around in pace, taking the lead.
Yep, 3v2. So far ahead of the Funny Moments players, taking completely out of rotation. And actually very good vision from Prime Hype, just to realize he could take that one in field and converted himself. But less than a minute played, and already some decent aggression as well, not only in terms of shots, but in terms of physicality. Seeing a few good demolitions coming out, but none of them yet resulting in a goal. But we shall see. great game so far already.
Oh, Swasix misreading that ball there off the wall. Open up the goals for Drowsy to Lacey, and that is a really soft touch. But Swasix with a quick turnaround, making sure that ball is not crossing the line for London Esports. Paulie on the other hand, smashing that one into the wall. That's a decent midfield pass. Lacey has been there, but Swasix with a good enough timing on the challenge there. Putting that back into the midfield. Drowsy, on the other hand, gets 2 consecutive touches, but ends up being a pass for SJ off the wall there. Looking for that ceiling shot, but Lacey's there. Beautiful dunk on the other side from SJ. Swasix, can he put it center? No, he cannot. Drowsy is already there. Good contest from him. Paulie putting that one into the corner of London Esports. Can he put it center? Prime Hype on the other hand, getting a good aggression there. Swasix high pass into the midfield. Doesn't get challenged by Prime Hype whatsoever. Ends up being a wide clear for Drowsy. Lacey is there. Shot into the backboard. Doesn't get picked up by any of his teammates. Swasix, beautiful shot hitting the crossbar and the post. Bit fortunate for funny moments there. That could have been the 2-0 lead for London Esports.
Yep, and the pressure still continues. They're just not letting this ball come out of this half. Prime Hype now with an actually very weird touch. He's going to try and keep that center. Swasix flying in, able to get it past the lying in wait's defense. Again, Swasix being such a nuisance. Although finally managed to get it out. It's an awkward rotation from London Esports. They've been up the other end so long. They didn't know quite how to go back and defend when it came to it. But no goals scored. Lacey with an opportunity. Swasix is going to try and clear this one. Prime Hype off the wall. Just going to tap it away. Unfortunately for Paulie, that's actually in an awkward position for anyone else to do anything with it. It looks like they're finally going to keep it down and get it out.
Drowsy on the other hand, that is an exposed net, but Swasix doesn't get demoed by Paulie there. Smart move from him to get out of the way. Ends up being clear for him. Lacey not following up that, opening up the door for SJ onto the backboard. Drowsy looking for that clear. He does get it.
Nice.
Prime Hype was ready in the midfield. Paulie to Drowsy. Drowsy just smashing it across the field. Swasix not the best clear. Ends up being a pass to Paulie. Infield pass to Paulie to Lacey onto the backboard. But where is Drowsy? There is Drowsy. Shot to Lacey, but Lacey is not ready for that pass. Doesn't quite look for it. Good idea from Drowsy. Ends up being ball possession for London Esports, but they're still stuck in their corner. Swasix versus Paulie. Now SJ coming in to help him out. Drowsy versus Swasix. Goes for the cheeky play there, utilizing the wall to his advantage. Lazy now with an opportunity onto the backboard, but Swasix, good demo. Doesn't really matter. Paulie is there to finish the play. Equalizer for funny moments.
Yeah, I think they just got a bit too complacent in defense here. That was a good demolition. SJ and Prime Hype just not coordinating in net. The furthest up was right in the middle of that goal. No chance of backflipping and covering that portion of the net in time. But, for Paulie, great placement on the shot. And that gives them an alleyway back in with only a minute spare. Oh! That's one way of doing it.
And he ends up being on the line too to save that shot from SJ. I mean, only 47 seconds left on the clock. Whoever scores now will likely have the advantage in game 1. It's still a best of 3 in the semi-finals. Paulie back to Drowsy. The passing plays and funny moments are still exceptionally well, even under pressure from London Esports. That's a good shot from Lacey, but Paulie is a bit late. Swasix hammering that one across the pitch. Prime Hype putting that one high up into the center. Lacey is all the way up there. Paulie trying to get a touch onto that. Drowsy snatching the boost there. All 3 players from Funny Moments are rotating fairly well. It opens up the door for Drowsy, but Paulie's not in position. He has to go for it. Prime Hype is already there with the last 10 seconds on the clock. It is pretty much overtime at this point. If Prime Hype makes something happen, nobody from London Esports was there to help him out. 1 second left. Swasix with the shot. He has to get it, but let Drowsy with an amazing save.
Yeah. End-to-end stuff right now. Either of these teams, I reckon, could probably take it away. The right combination of touches will get them this. Funny Moments is actually just going to hit that wide upfield. No real thought behind it. Probably just going for the block with Lacey and Drowsy going up. Awkward for them. Swasix going to then hammer it on. Paulie, awkward positioning, but managed to get some kind of touch to relieve some kind of pressure. For once the play actually slows down for a second. It's going to pop middle. Prime Hype going over top. Ooh. Not getting much of the ball, but getting a lot of Lacey. But still,
Uh,
London Esports just ain't giving up on this offense. Rotation's going round and round. Now SJ's turn, round 1. Can he get it around the
Oh,
second? He can.
beautiful!
What a dribble coming out from SJ. I mean, the sheer angles he managed to get on some of these. The pickup right in front of the funny moments players. And the second game. That's that game going over to London Esports.
Yeah, and well, what a statement from London Esports. But despite them being, well, coming in with rather high stakes, I have to say, Funny Moments putting up quite a fight. Definitely superior in terms of passing plays. For that one solo moment from SJ, making it, well, taking it upon himself to bring London Esports the win, ends up just being the decider. But I mean, after the first game, who do you think will take away that series?
I mean, it's hard to say. I think funny moments we've seen better from them as we've gone along. I think they were quite up to the same level of passing they've had. The occasional moment that they've managed to connect, but overall not quite finding those moments when I suppose London Esports, just the sheer pressure they're putting out, it's not giving them much room to bring out the same level that we saw earlier on in the tournament. But Swasix, some great defensive clears. SJ again with some great individual skill. And for us, I'm hoping that Funny Moments can learn from their mistakes in game 1, pick themselves back up again, because it was in the end a very close game.
So who do you reckon is going to take away the series? London Esports?
I think I would be a fool not to say London Esports, but I secretly hope that Funny Moments can come back and give us some crazy stuff to remember.
Yeah, with that prediction, we see Drowsy with the first save of the game, putting that to a counter-attack right away. A bit messy there in front of the net, but Swasix ends up being the guy who's clearing that into the midfield. Polly just popping that straight back to Prime Hype to Swasix. That could have been a good goal there, but unfortunately he just pops that to the backboard. Ends up being a clear for Funny Moments. And London Esports, they start off really strong at Swasix, putting that straight back to Lacey. Lacey giving up on the ball, handing over to SJ, but that is not a good touch from SJ. What is he? He really just has to pop that one in.
Yeah, he had a choice. He chose the wrong one. Polly, I mean, right place, right time, I guess. I'm so unfortunate. Not sure what he was planning on when it landed. But hey, towards the center of his net, probably not the way he wanted to go. That is going to mean an early goal coming out for Funny Moments. Not the kind of amazing goal I was hoping from my description of the how I hope this game is going to go, but still, goal for London Esports. Funny Moments. I'll take it.
Yeah, but they're still under a lot of pressure from London Esports. They want to get the back-to-back goal right away. But Funny Moments not giving them an easy time. Wide clear from Polly. Ends up being a good pass into the midfield. Lacey's already up. He just has to pop that one down. Swasix was ready. Double commit on the side of Funny Moments. Nobody's back on the line. If London Esports gets that one in, and they do so. Good shot from Private, but Polly with an amazing save. Ends up being a clear. Prime Hype hitting the cross instead of the net. But what a save from Polly that was.
Jeez. I mean, Prime Hype was trying to do the exact same goal that he did as the first one in the previous game. In fact, Prime Hype, what is he doing? Going backwards? I'm not sure what his plans were there. But yeah, what a save on the goal line from a collection of players all going around at the right moments to bring that one out. But yeah, it certainly seems like Funny Moments. Bring it back and bring it to the faces of London Esports. A lot more time being spent in this London Esports half now than there were. They still rotate around. Drowsy gonna take it up. Prime Hype gonna meet it. Swasix taking it up to the side. There seems to be much less passing coming out from London Esports than what we expected, given last game. What a shot again! What was that?
Drowsy keeping Funny Moments in the lead right now. They're coming up strong with their defensive play so far. But also London Esports, beautiful counter-attack there. But on the other end, they have to go for it. Swasix, the second save of the match. And it gets really quick, really messy. We're entered the second half of the match if it stays that way.
we're going to get into game 3 between London Esports and Funny Moments. But London Esports definitely trying to get back on that. Polly, beautiful redirect to Lacey. Lacey onto the backboard. But Swastix is there for the save. SJ, beautiful touch there, opening up the net. Prime Hype has to tap that one in. And what a play from London Esports to come back into this game.
Out of the frying pan and straight up the other end of the field. I know that isn't the way the saying goes. But they were under such immense pressure. Good passing going on from the Funny Moments. They just got a bit too into it, not realizing that a single touch at the wrong moment could result in a very quick counterattack, and London Esports took full advantage of that. Great
Prime
goal.
Hype on the other end, putting that one into the midfield. Lacey, good interception there, putting that one straight down. Swastix, not sure what he was trying to do there, just hands over the ball to Funny Moments, and they have tasted some blood. They know that London Esports is beatable, but they have to be careful. Drowsy just putting that to Swastix, but Lazy again. Amazing save on the line. This time it is Lazy with the hero save. All 3 players from Funny Moments are capable of showing something amazing on the line. SJ now putting that one forward. Nobody is there to receive that pass. SJ again, popping that one high. Prime Hype on the backboard. Nobody's on the line. Polly is back there, clearing that one wide and hard into the midfield. Counter-attack for Funny Moments. Could be possible. Polly takes so much time. Give an opportunity to SJ to challenge that one. Polly back down to Lacey. Passing plays for Funny Moments are on point. Onto the backboard. Prime Hype is there. Looking for SJ in the clear. And that could be a potential counter-attack for London Esports. Lacey is there. It gets really fast, really messy. Yet again, Polly has to come in. Beautiful dunk from him. Onto Prime Hype, but he doesn't receive the pass in the end.
No, but the pressure's definitely not over. Polly gonna have to try and turn this one away. Defensive rotation has calmed down just a little bit, enough for them to finally get the boost to clear it properly. But the ball is being met so high up in the air. Absolutely no space given. Both these teams raring to get that final one with only 30 seconds left on the clock. I mean, we know the Funny Moments have to score if they want to continue in this tournament. Meanwhile, London Esports on the verge of going into today's final. Relatively unknown team, as we have mentioned. Playing so well, though. Defensively and offensively.
Oh.
But is that going towards net? Just slightly missing. And now only 10 seconds on the clock.
Polly putting that back to Drowsy. They're going for the passing plays. Easy backboard touch. Polly has to get by SJ. Reading that last second. It is not over yet. Drowsy again looking for a pass. Swastix is there. And I think the play will die down here. First overtime on stream. No, sorry. It's the second overtime on stream. Is it? Or is it the first one?
It's definitely not the first one now. I don't think so.
No, so it's probably the second one. But it doesn't really matter. London Esports wide clear that to Polly. He goes for the smart touch there to the side. Even picks up some boost. Looking for the pop there to Drowsy. Drowsy is a bit late. SJ was beaten to the ball. Now Swastix takes his time to take that one out. Goes for the air pop. Not sure if that was the right decision. Primeheim into the midfield. Drowsy is ready. Good shot from him, but SJ is on the line. And buying some time for London Esports to reform and recover.
Yep. Good placement. Not good enough contact. Very slow shot in the end, unfortunately. And easily saved. But it's a very capable London Esports team. And Swastix doing some work here, trying to take it towards the goal. Drowsy barely managed to make it to the near post in time. Play still not over. Prime Hype onto Polly. Lacey's going to try and get this one out. Swastix ready and waiting. That's a difficult shot again. Getting some serious power behind it, though. And this ball just refuses to go upfield no matter what Funny Moments try.
Oh, London Esports, they're pressuring so hard. Primeheim onto the backboard. Drowsy gets that one touch that he needs, and Primeheim is helping out with that small touch. SJ is there. Finally, London Esports get beaten to a ball. And now it is Lacey onto the backboard. We have seen that a couple of times. Drowsy, beautiful shot. And now SJ has to come up with a hero save. Primeheim higher up into the air, slotting that one towards the net. Lacey is there. Pops that into the midfield. Polly is waiting. Beautiful directional pass there into the corner. Doesn't receive anyone. That's Polly who has to get to it. And we see so many midfield shots at the side of London Esports, but Funny Moments just keep saving them.
Yep, they've got to come up with something different here. Is this it? Swastix going for a long air drag onto SJ. What a save!
Lacey!
The goal is open! Prime Hype comes in last moment. What a save initially there. Just watch this from Lacey. Anticipating the drop-down dunk coming in from the other two players of London Esports. They had to give absolutely everything to get that goal, but they manage it. Sending Funny Moments, episode 26, home, out of this tournament. and going on for what is, by the way, just been told, $200 the prize pool.
Wow, that is
$75
amazing.
donation coming out from Emmanuel Aliprantis. Thank you so much.
Yeah, huge thanks to you. And that is in fact I think the highest prize pool in Rewind Gaming's weekly history.
Yeah, and Percy's even donated even more than he did before. He's up to $37 now donation. Some crazy donations coming out from you guys tonight. So
Yes.
humbling to have that
Yeah.
coming through. Thank you so much.
So huge thanks to you guys. But I just want to say kudos to Funny Moments. I can't wait for episode number 27. They have been really good defensive powerhouse, especially against London Esports. But just that one moment that even had an amazing save from Lacey in it just cost them the game. And London Esports advancing into the final with a 2-0 sweep, pretty much. Although it have been rather close games.
Yeah, you got to feel it for those guys. They did play very well, but I mean, we can see why they're here now, London Esports. They have come out with some incredible plays, but baiting out player left, right, and center. And I mean, what a way to end it. Crazy. And even a testament to Funny Moments at the end there. Beautiful read. Get that last save, but just not quite enough to keep them in the tournament.
Yeah.
There we go. That will be, I think, do we have? Yes. So we've got the results from the other game. We are going to be re-seeing the Nomies in the final, playing up against London Esports. So that's Sack, Zafir, and McLovin. This is going to be one hell of an explosive final.
Yeah, I can't wait to see that. I mean, Nomi's definitely a good team. We have seen it on stream facing Enclave, and they've just been wrecking Enclave, unfortunately, for the team Enclave. But they are definitely a worthy contestant for London Esports in the finals. But before that, guys, we will head into a short break to give London Esports some time to refresh, as well as you guys to give you an opportunity to grab something to make you comfortable for the finals of the Rewind Gaming Weekly number 40. So don't go anywhere, and we'll be right back.
When I love you, where you wanna be loved. look of love is in your eyes. A look, your smile can't disguise.
All right, lads, we're back once again with the finals of the Rewind Gaming 3-3 Weekly number 40. It is going to be between the Nomies, who have been battling their way all into the finals, as well as London Esports, the killers of Turtle Esports, if you want to put it like that, also have been
I think
have
we're
been
putting
throwing
too
out
much
funny moments out of shit. Also have been throwing out funny moments episode 26 out of the tournament, what we've seen in the last match, and I can't wait to see the final. I'm quite excited. I hope you guys are excited as well, because this is going to be some proper Rocket League, and I can't wait if the Nomies can take on London Esports, who have been looking so strong.
Yeah, I mean, the Nomies had to go through a 2-1, actually a difficult game going into this final. We like Cheese is, of course, Cloaky, Nix, and Mitzo, who I know and have seen around in various previous tournaments. So, some old names again. Pardon me, getting knocked out. But yeah, so that was 2-1 from the Nomies, and we like Cheese in their semi-final. They, of course, beat Enclave on stream earlier. And they even beat one of the homegrown teams with including Trox and Wizard and Lies earlier, who are names that we know fairly well. But this is definitely the two teams that most deserve to be in this final, without a doubt. They've been playing exceptionally today. So I'm very much looking forward to see what these guys have to offer for this final bit in the stream.
Yeah, and well, I mean, I think we have seen both teams play on stream. We know their performance, and if you would ask me, Blame, what do you think? Who is going to take away the amazing prize pool of over $200? I just want to put that one out, the highest one in Rewind Gaming Weekly history. I couldn't tell. I think both teams have their strengths and haven't really shown weaknesses. So I think I have to wait until game one is over in the best of 5 in the finals to give a small prediction on who is going to take away the 200 quid. So what do you think, Randy? And what do you guys think on the Twitch chat?
I mean, we've just come out from seeing London Esports take apart Funny Moments episode 26, who we knew was a very strong team. Sex, Zephyr, and McLovin also pretty solid. But the all-English, or I don't know whether English, all-UK team of London Esports definitely were looking terribly strong. So I would probably put my money on London Esports, simply because they seem to be linking up so well and getting some crazy reads at times. But I definitely expect and very much hope that this goes all the way to Game 5. I do think it's going to be very close.
So yeah, we're waiting for players to come in. Yeah. What do you guys think in a Twitch chat? Has been so far only green swords, so I would love to see what your opinion. I mean, given that we have seen all the teams playing, who do you think is taking away the prize pool? Who's going to take away the win in the finals? But yeah, I don't know. What do you think? So far, it has been a really good tournament, right? Of round 2 has been intense, and it just keeps getting better. So I expect a lot from the finals.
Yeah, I mean, the quality had begun at a seriously high level and has only ever gone up. Like, there isn't a huge amount of difference, I think, in individual skill too much from where we began in round 2 and where we are now. But the quality in terms of the team play and some of the reads that people have been getting really has increased. The ability to link up between players and get those shots actually on target and in very awkward positions. That's definitely
Yeah.
improved as we've gone along. But yeah, no, it's the overall quality of the players coming to this tournament has been insane.
And we already have some predictions in the chat. I see Percy, the Narcoleptic, is saying he'd be surprised if London didn't take the win. So, interesting. And
Followed
Ekon
on
on the
by-
other side is giving it to the Nomis with a 3-1 in the best of 5.
Well, there's some
Also,
big
Woman
Nomi
AB
supporters.
saying Nomis 3-0 to the Nomis versus London. So, a lot of expectations towards the Nomis. I'm not sure if they will 3-0 London Esports, in my opinion, but it would definitely be a surprise and a welcomed upset on my behalf, I would say.
I believe the teams are now in. Just looking around to make sure we
Indeed.
got all the people in that we expect. I believe we do. And yes, we're going into the best of 5. Make sure we got the right overlays on, and we'll be going on as soon into this game as we possibly can. I think we've got everybody. Prime Hype, McLovin. Those 2 different teams. That's SJ, Prime Hype, and Swasix.
Sick.
That's the
Ah,
right one.
Swasix, you're right.
And McLovin, Sack, and Zafir on the other team.
Yeah, but it's quite interesting. If you take a look at the chat, we see Poison giving it to London Esports 3-2. VX also giving it to London. The Bucketman believes in the Nomi. So it is a 50-50 in the chat. And we will see how game 1 will be going. Grandy, take it away.
All right, we have McLovin and Swasix going for the kickoff. Sack's going to try and take this one straight center. Good pass onto Zafir just over the crossbar. Very good hookup so soon early into this game. Less than 10 seconds in. Just great to see that they're thinking of those things so early on. No time wasted on trying to figure out what the other team is going to do. They go straight for the jugular.
And it is so fast. Nomi's already having 2 shots on the line. Make it 3. But Sapphire doesn't quite hit the net. Zek coming in. Aggressive rotation on the side of Nomi's. Do they get rewarded? McLovin, beautiful shot. And I think it is Prime Hype who's not able to save that one. Unfortunate for him, but good for us. And it was in fact Swasix who doesn't get to
Oh,
it.
both of
Beautiful
them.
shot there from McLovin.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunate for Prime Hype just misreading, bounce off the side. He had gone quite far out from the goal line. Well, he didn't have a guy coming in behind him at that point. So a bit of a misrotation, a little bit of a misstep. Not much of one, but the Nomis managed to take full advantage of it.
Wide clear from Sapphire. Finding McLovin in the midfield. And the Nomi starting off really strong. Zek looking for a drop into the center. Clear from Prime Hype. Finds Swasix, but gets intercepted right away. Prime Hype to SJ. Zek is already there. Hitting the ceiling. Just ends up being a drop to Prime Hype. Prime Hype again versus McLovin. Ends up being a neutral 50-50. He gets picked up from Swasix in the air. Zek on the line. Has to go for it. Drop goes back to Sapphire. Sapphire to McLovin and Sapphire again. Putting that almost onto, well, towards his own net. Could have been dangerous. Swasix, good 50-50. Zach has to go for it. Another save on the side of the Nomis. But London Esports, they're not done yet. They're still asking a lot of questions. So far, Nomis have been finding the right answers. McLovin contributing to the fact that they're still up 1 goal. That could be an opportunity. Swasix had to get to it. Onto the backboard. Can he make the double touch? But Zach is there, putting that one into the corner.
Yeah, great read from Sack. He's done that a few times now. Just meeting the ball as it touches the backboard makes not a very looker of a...
Oh!
Oh, okay. Wow. Zafir. That was not unexpected. That was an uncharacteristic miss from... I'm not sure who it was. Prime Hype? Yeah. Bad rotation back from him. Decides to twizzle around in the corner, and that's 2-0.
Yeah, the not happen and touch on the side of McLovin pretty much baited him into that challenge. Fortunately, timing was a bit off. And we see the Gnomes taking the lead. Some guys in the chat might be right with their predictions. It looks like the Nomis have just been off with a better start. London Esports haven't really found a way.
Although they're pressuring a lot, Prime Hype with a shot opportunity to SJ, but that is just not good enough. Sapphire, easy time picking it up for him. Zach looking to put that one forward, doesn't quite get the angle. I know all three players from Nomis are in the corner, but somehow McLovin resolves that one. Beautiful touch from him, takes out SJ off the play as well, but Prime Hype is already back with the rotation. Sapphire straight back to Prime Hype, demos him in the process. SJ is the last one in the line, but a smart touch into the corner gives the rest of London Esports time to rotate back.
Yep. So moments of messiness, some clears that really aren't aimed towards anyone. Sort of blind attempts to release some pressure coming out from the Nomis. Again, SJ just firing out the field, not onto anyone in particular. Swasix is going to manage to pick this one up after an awkward attempt at a clear. Again, popping center. Prime Hype and McLovin goes straight up and down.
Oh.
Defair is going to come onto that. A reasonable shot. Sack! What a connection from Sack! Beautiful vision from, I think it was Zaffair in the midfield, hitting it forward, and Sack. I mean, come on, man. Right in front of net. Beautiful redirect.
It was an open net, but they decided to make the best out of it. Beautiful passing plays from the Nomis. 3-0 up versus London Esports. That could be a potential fourth, but Sack is not able to get to it. Early contest for Sapphire in front of London Esports net. Super aggressive, but it has been working out just fine. McLovin's clear, ends up being a pass to SJ. That could be an opportunity, but Sack and Sapphire are both back. Prime Hype, yet again, another shot onto the backboard. Swasix probably just, yeah, he's just going to control the ball. Not really passing plays going on. Ends up getting demoed. But a good 50-50 from SJ leaves Sapphire in a bit of a bad spot. Beautiful toucher from Zach back to Sapphire. He's beating Swasix to the ball. SJ left alone in the defense there versus 2. Looks for a 50-50 to clear that one out. Zach is there. Prime Hype off the wall, making sure that one gets cleared. McLovin just popping that into the midfield. Ends up being a pass to Smokey onto the backboard, but that doesn't work versus Nomis. We have seen that time and time again. The teams are just getting used to the backboard clears.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen it, and I've mentioned especially Sack managing to pull those off, but every team member is at a point where, I mean, they're grand champ. They know how these things work at this point. They've seen enough of them. They know how to deal with them. And to be fair, as a team, these guys are doing fairly well in both sides. London Esports could definitely learn a thing or two about hooking up. As we see here, McLovin trying to get that second touch, always looking for an extra touch, but not quite going to get it on this occasion.
Yeah, and so far it doesn't look like London Esports, they haven't found a way to get past the Nomis defense. You probably want to try something different other than backboard passes, maybe go for those infield passes, look for some solo plays. You've got to switch it up because this game will likely go in favor of Nomis in the finals. Game 1 with only 10 seconds left on the clock. They're pretty much forced to, well, at this point there is no chance for them to come back to this. Nomi's probably trying to get on one more in, or at least denying London Esports the consolation goal. In fact, it is Sapphire getting another one, demolishing, there we go. Demolishing the morale of London Esports even more.
Yeah, 0 seconds goals are never good for morale. And that is a very confident first win from the Nomis. I mean, 4-0 against what we thought was an incredibly strong London Esports team to begin with. But just look at that. 6 shots coming out from the Nomis with 4 goals. Meanwhile, 3 shots coming out, half as much from London Esports. And even the point differences are absolutely huge. The amount of assists coming out from the Nomis is pretty insane.
Yeah. So, I have to say, after London Esports' explosive start, it just has been the Nomis from that point onwards. So, I don't know, man. At this point, if the Nomis continue to play like that, and London Esports doesn't find a way to break the defense, I'll have to give it to the Nomis. They're just playing amazing. It's quick, it's fast, and they're pretty much beating London Esports to 50% of the balls every time.
We will see. Nomis wanting to get quickly into game 2. I mean, this is a best of 5, so London Esports do have time to react to what they've just witnessed. But it's going to be a tough slog regardless of how quickly they get into the next game. And here we go. Swasix and Sack taking the initial. SJ not getting the perfect touch, but he is going to get a second block. And again, the caliber of these players. following on everything, just trying to get that extra touch to get their team ahead is really inspiring.
Oh, look at that. Zach even reading the bounce off the backboard, putting that one into the corner. But London Esports, they're continuing to pressure. That is a good opportunity for SJ. Unfortunately, a bit wide. McLovin was beaten on the line. SJ looking for the ceiling shot. Ends up being a clear for Nomis pretty much. Prime Hype is there to pick up the ball. Swasix coming in to challenge that one. And now it is Nomis on the counterattack. Zach looking for a pass to Sapphire. Prime Hype reading that one miles ahead. SJ down to Swasix. That is a good play. And the lead here. This is what we like to see from London Esports.
Yep, the choice from, I think it was Prime Hype, just to send up the side. SJ with the amazing pass center, and Swasix with the vision to take it on through to its end goal. And that is going to be 1-0 up for the London Esports team. This is what we wanted. The meetups and the connections between these two players, which were more missing in this first game than we had seen from them in the one previously. So we will see. If they can continue that, they have more than enough chance to bring back games against what is a very, very decent Nomi squad.
And Nomis, they're trying to get a statement back. They're definitely trying to. Sapphire with somewhat of a shot. But given what we've seen from the Nomi guys, we know that they're capable of better shots like that. Sapphire on the corner, waiting with the pass smartly. Still gets it to Zach. Zach now versus SJ. Zach again. But Swasix is not falling for that. McLovin comes in. But Swasix was right in front of the net. Now Sapphire is forced to go for it. Swasix was a bit too fast for him to go for it. Exposed net for the Gnomies. And McLovin, beautiful touch. Hitting the backboard, unfortunately. I know everyone has to get back. All side of Gnomies, grab some boost. London Esports are on the run.
Yep. I mean, they are still maybe on the run, but they're in the opposing half. In fact, a great connection there. The Nomis really haven't given up on their usual style of play, which is great to see. They're still looking for everyone. In fact, is that going to be a self-setup? It is. Sack tapping against the backboard, left to his own devices, right in front of net.
Yeah, and I'm
Great
not
self-setup.
sure. I'm not sure what SJ was trying to do there, just handing over the ball to Zach. And if there's one player in this whole Nomis lineup that we know can read backboards fairly well, as in offense as well as defense, it is Zach. That is the equalizer for Nomis. London Esports throwing away that lead with that defensive blunder. They're not done yet. Prime Hype, good touch for him. Can he get another one? He's looking for it, but Sapphire was there just in time. SJ, again, missing the ball there off the wall, opening up an opportunity for the Nomis. McLovin to the backboard, gets another touch. Unfortunately, it's a bit too hard, but Zach is there. Back to McLovin, back to Sapphire potentially. SJ is there reading that. And London Esports, they are presented with an opportunity. Swasix, good read there. Intercepting the clear from the Nomis right away. McLovin off the ceiling, not finding the clear. But Zach, the defensive powerhouse, is there making sure everyone runs smoothly out of offense. Good pop there from Zephyr. Gets intercepted by Swasix. That is an open net. Swasix, oh, barely misses the net there. That could have been the lead for London Esports yet again.
Yeah, and even this little tiny touch of Sapphire just missing out. McLovin trying to go for the straight shot. SJ and Swasix both going on the end of this. This is completely end-to-end, quite literally, stuff coming out from these teams. So close yet so far, just the little tiny, tiny details separating these two. But the goal score is still the same. 1 minute 30 left on the clock. It's going to be either something stupid or something amazing, probably, which is going to set apart these two teams. Yet to see what it is.
Oh, Zach, that was a smart touch. Sapphire back to McLovin, but Prime Hype is there. London Esports definitely figured out the attack pattern from the Nomis. That was a bit of a... Man, that's one way of doing it. Prime Hype getting a bit physical there. Sapphire, long clear. Can he follow it up? He's looking for it. Gets another touch. But it ends up being a pass to Prime Hype. Prime Hype versus Zach. Pops straight down back to McLovin. Swasix looking for Prime Hype. Prime Hype deciding to go for boost. Swasix again in the way. Prime Hype not right hitting that angle. That was way too tight. But with 40 seconds left on the clock, this is anyone's game at this point. Beautiful fake from Sapphire, but Swasix is on the line. Open net for McLovin. Swasix cannot find his way back into the net. And that is the Nomis taking the lead.
Oh, Sapphire. gotta love that from Zafir. The balls he has, just to go for that fake in front of net. It had to be something interesting and something amazing that did it. So happy it was that rather than something so silly. Great individual play from Zafir. ESL Monthly Elite showing up huge. With 30 seconds left to go, they want to get this game 2 and put themselves in a position to win the prize pool. They want it so much. And they'll keep on going. Good shot from McLovin. That's cleared out.
Bit wide, unfortunately, but that opens up the net. SJ trying to read the backboard. Back to Swar6, back to SJ potentially. He's finding the angle somehow, but is way too soft. McLovin was on the line. With the last 8 seconds running out, London looking for a shot. That is a good shot from Swar6, but Sapphire on the line, keeping the Nomies in the lead for now. And that will likely just drop down. Swar6 doesn't get it on top of his car. And individual brilliance giving the Nomies the lead.
Yeah, that brief passage of play from Zafir was just... it was beautiful. That's the kind of play that we live for coming into these casts. They're just so amazing to watch. The stuff that you would dream about. Things that turn up on Reddit, like sometime later that day. You know. But hey, we get it in the Rewind Gaming finals. It shows just the quality of the players coming in, which is what we've been saying all the time, all the way through this. But yeah. Game 2 going to the Nomies. They're in position. Go for the finals. Go for that prize pool. But no, I don't think it's going to be easy to get in this final game. The London Esports definitely improved going into the second game. And yeah, I couldn't say who is going to get this next game, that's for sure.
Wait, is that game 2 or game 3?
We're going into game 3 now.
So it is the Nomies putting London Esports on the line, right?
Oh yeah.
This is match point.
It is match point, yeah.
So I have to give it to WoodMakeB. He was predicting the Nomies 3-0ing London, and that is definitely a possibility. Who would have thought that could be the case?
Well, he did.
Nomies. Who did? Well, he did, yeah, but it was with
yeah.
cap. It was with a capper at the end, so it doesn't really count, does it?
Oh well, yeah, the kappa kind of
ruins it.
Doozy there, yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, let's see if the Nomies can sweep London Esports in a best of 5. They're definitely on a good way here. But I'm fairly sure London Esports has to say a word about it. They're still under a lot of pressure. Zach again. Early contest in the midfield. Good 50-50 there for McLovin. Zach is on the backboard. Can McLovin find Zach? He's looking for it. That is a good attempt. But that was so close, and that could have been an amazing goal to start things off.
Yep, so close. I mean, that was fingernail biting stuff. But they somehow managed to get it out again. The little tiny details on these teams are actually going to get them the space they need. Minuscule misses on the side of the Nomies is again going to give the team from London Esports the lead in this game 3. Which is, yeah, exactly what happened in the previous game, I believe.
Yeah, it's a good thing, a good way to start things off, but London Esports, they have to continue that form. Sapphire wants to come back right away. We're only a bit more than 50 seconds into the game, and it already feels like it's just a continuing game from game 2. Zach looking upon himself to make something happen, but it is not good enough. Sapphire challenging SJ on the line there. Ends up being a wide clear, but Zach continuing the rampage from the Nomies. Wide clear onto the backboard of London Esports. They're not quite there. McLovin again. Can he get another touch? No, Swar6 learned. Definitely being more active on the backboard here. 50-50 in the midfield. Ends up being fairly neutral, but McLovin is there on the other end. Decides to go for a shot. SJ and Swar6 both going for that clear. Opens up the door for the Nomies. Beautiful passing play. Zach on the crossbar. Zephyr is there, but Swar6 gets in the way. And man, the Nomies, they definitely want to come back with a goal right away.
Yeah, I mean, they're just not giving up. Swar6 again on the line. If that should have been anywhere different, in fact, this is going to be another difficult one. Zafir, shot after shot. Still coming in, McLovin, just off the post. And missed there. Another one, sacked. Not expecting the chance to come his way. Swar6 finally, I think. Are they actually going to get this out here? Nearly. There we go. Prime Hype just had enough of it. He's pumped it all the way midfield. And they now get some semblance of an offense going.
Yeah, London Esports, they have to reset despite them having the lead. The Nomis took over this game yet again. Early challenges being in the face of London Esports all the time, not giving them any chance to make a play happen. Because to be fair, if they get the passing plays going themselves, they're really dangerous. Good fake from McLovin. Baiting up Swasix into the challenge. Primehype just ends up being a pass to McLovin, and Zach is up, popping that one straight towards SJ. No, he's not going through it. Zach with an amazing touch there. Popping that for Sapphire. Sapphire straight back down. Fortunately, a bit wide. Ends up being a clear for Swasix. And the counter-attack from London Esports is on their way. Zach not with the best touch. Swasix is there. That's just pop straight down, but McLovin is ready. McLovin, second touch, ends up being a shot. Primehype is there for the save. SJ straight back into the midfield. And it just gets so quick, so fast. It is amazing to watch.
Yeah, it's non-stop. From both these teams, it's utterly non-stop. Definitely more opportunities coming out. In fact, Sack has a bit of breathing room. Is he managing to get the last touch? No, slightly losing control of his car at the end there. Whether by boost or otherwise. But every touch is with such purpose from both of these teams. Some great fakes coming out as well. And even a demolition coming out. That hasn't actually happened too much so far this game. Haven't been overly physical between these two teams.
Well, there was no opportunity to demo anyone because
guess not.
every touch has been pretty much crossing the entire field. Or had, as you mentioned, some sort of purpose. It has been receiving someone at the end, and that is an open up. But Zach, what are you doing? Taking away that shot from McLovin, that could have been the equalizer, because the defense from London Esports was just coming back.
Yeah.
With 1 minute left, you don't want to do this kind of mistakes. I mean, you have two games, sure. Oh, it's sick!
Oh my gosh, if that had gone in, that would have been so godlike. So close. Yet so far, 45 seconds left. You would have thought that one of these from the Nomis would go in. But the London Esports are just refusing to give up their ground. Even the Zephyr now coming up to the side. On with McLovin. Primehype again.
Oh.
Just the blocks in the midfield are just insane from these guys.
Oh man, this is going to be a juicy game number 4 if London Esports can hold onto their lead. Only 17 seconds left. Sapphire back onto the backboard. Primehype has to go up for it. Just drops that one down, buying some time for London Esports. Last 10 seconds on the clock. Can they make it happen? Can they come back from this? SJ is just trying to get the ball as far away from the Nomis as possible. Sapphire popping that one up. That could be an opportunity. McLovin onto the backboard. Nobody's really there to receive that. And McLovin has the opportunity, but it is wide. And in fact, London Esports hold their ground until the end.
And that dude is now wrong. It's not a 3-0. It's actually a chance to be a 3-1, which I believe was another one. I think, oh yeah, Bass. Bass came out with a 3-1 prediction, and so did Ekon. Oh no, he said 3-1 to London. Never mind. So yeah, Ekon is looking to be the guy who got this correct. Maybe. I mean, there's still the opportunity for a reverse sweep here. It is 2-1. Yeah, Sack just reeling from the fact that that dunk didn't go in, which I cannot blame him. It would have been incredible. But hey, we're going to be going into a game 4, which, to be honest, the longer it goes, the more hype it becomes and the better it becomes. These guys are utterly insane.
Yeah, I'm gonna wreck my voice if they continue to play like that.
Yeah,
I
I'm
mean,
going to take a drink.
yeah, you're pretty much
I'm going to have a drink. Yes.
Because in the end, we will sound like that. But anyway, they're coming back into this game.
Oh, God.
Continue the momentum. I'll take over from here. You
Sure,
catch some breath, get a drink. Anyway, guys, if that is not an exciting final, I don't know what else would be. Nomis and London Esports putting up a good fight on stream. Zap misreading that off the wall, just rolling down SJ to Primehype. But McLovin sacrificing himself to make sure it doesn't get scored on. Sorry, excuse for that. Anyway, Zach back into the net. McLovin picking up the ball. I think that has been the slowest we have seen so far onto the backboard. Swasix and SJ combined forces to clear that one. But Zach, look at the ability from Zach to control that ball. That is amazing. Zach, again, doesn't have enough boost. He's predicting the right ball, but ends up being a pass for SJ onto the backboard, but nobody is there to receive that. And unfortunately, Swasix still back, utilizing the ceiling for a shot, but Sapphire clearing that one wide.
Yep, 2 members of the Nomis were baited out a little bit there. unfortunately unable to thread the needle and manage to get it between them. But it's still 0-0. 1 minute in. I mean, the last two games, as noted, London Esports have managed to get the lead early on, but seems like the Nomis have managed to shore up their defense in this early first minute. Has gotten some decent opportunities up front again. But we'll see. Swassik's going to take it up. That's 2 members up. Zach is the only one left, but somehow just tipped over the bar. Zafir going to try and take it forward. No room left. Swassik's going to do a bit of a false start, leaving it for SJ. Going for the slow alternative. So that's easy going to be read out.
Zach again looking for Sapphire that in the midfield ends up being lost to SJ. And just straight back-to-back gameplay. They don't give any sort of defensive rotation any time to catch some breath. It is action after action on both sides of the pitch. Good demo there from McLovin. Punishing Swassix to just stay around, not being high up in the air, I guess. SJ back into the midfield. Swassix taking some time, but that could be Zephyr. Take a lead. That is an unfortunate bump, but McLovin is not there in time. Swassix found his way between him and the ball to put that one to the side. High ball from Prime Hype gets intercepted from Sapphire right away. SJ versus McLovin. Good interception. Zach is there. Can he get the touch? Prime Hype is forced to go for it. Seems like he doesn't have a lot of boost. But that is, in fact, a good time to go to catch some breath. But there's an amazing shot. Swasix again. Swasix on the post a second time. SJ is not finding the net.
Oh, it almost sounds like you're crying at the end. That was so damn close. Like, almost 3 hits onto the post. In fact, that's a great period from Zafir even coming back. My goodness, these guys. I mean, we're running out of words to describe some of the ways they're doing this. Like, even how well they're missing. The misses are just so close. Accuracy being quite crazy, but just not quite crazy enough. But hey, it's 1 minute 47 left on the clock. The longest period of play with these two teams without a goal. And yet again, end to end. Zach gonna try and get it up. In fact, this is gonna be really awkward. They're gonna bounce in front of the net.
Oh no!
Goal from Zafir!
Sapphire! What are you doing?
Oh, I could see that coming as well. In my head, I was going, no, don't go.
No.
Stop. No.
Oh, man.
The way that ball bounced. So far and hard.
Yeah.
My goodness. What a way for it to go like this. I mean, they still are on match point, so if they do get this back, they still have a chance at winning it this match. But
yeah, but what a way to start things off, man.
Yeah.
If there would be a camera, I would just facepalm myself. Well, you could see me facepalming myself, literally. That was unfortunate. On the other side, Zach with an amazing pass, making the comeback for the Nomis possible. And now it is London Esports who have to fear to be eliminated out of the finals again if they get scored on once again.
And I have to think that demolition actually played a large role in that goal. Like the guy who came out of goal to try and collect that. I think he was expecting the third man to have rotated back in, but he had only just respawned and right next to where he was. So, in the end, not too hard a goal for this Nomi squad, but it does mean back to level pegging. 1 minute remaining. Zafir 1v1. He's going to take it around, but just too wide. He's got McLovin waiting in the center. He's going to try and take it across, but all 3 players challenging for that ball, not going to make the most of it. And the play continues.
40 seconds left. If the Nomis get another goal in, it is going to be a 3-1 for the Nomis, taking away the prize pool of today's Rewind Weekly. But Turtle Esports, London Esports have to say something about it. Swassix, good clears from him. That definitely handled the pressure way better than before. Backward pass ends up being a clear from Zach. Sapphire down the field to Zach. Zach onto the backboard. Where's McLovin? McLovin high up in the field. Popping back to Sapphire. Passing place is strong, and that is the goal!
Zafir. I mean, the whole thing, McLovin onto Zafir, twisting around his car like that with such power and such precision. Way up in the end and plucking it down to Zafir to shoot it in. I mean, 10 seconds to go. This might have been the winning shot. Swassik's flailing around in net. SJ has to try and get it up. They've got 1 second. That is going to surely be it. If this drops, London Esports are out and have gone in second place. The Nomies are our winners for today, taking home, which I think is actually the 75 out of the $200. I mean, we've had such support from our fans today that we've managed to fund tournaments for many, many weeks to come. But Nomies, well-deserved win and well-deserved for this prize pool. Gotta give it to them.
This is madness. The last passing play was so well executed, and the Nomies definitely have shown that they are a force to be reckoned with in whatever tournament they're gonna participate. This lineup is amazing. All of them. Sapphire coming out strong. Zach with a beautiful defensive work as well as passing plays, shots, whatever. They can do everything, and it's just amazing to see how they will perform. I can't wait to see this passing plays in some highlight reels on Rocket League, in YouTube, and as well as in the Rewind Gaming highlights. This is amazing. But yeah, anyway, all the goods, all the kudos to London Esports as well for putting up an amazing fight, for giving us this amazing, beautiful fight in the Rewind Gaming Weekly. And yeah, I'm pretty much out of words for now. This was just exciting.
Damn. Yeah, no, that is a fitting end to what has been an incredible evening of RG games coming in. Like the quality we've seen throughout this evening has been so high. Thank you guys so much for coming along as well and staying in the chat. I know we had a restart, which wasn't entirely great for some of you, but thank you guys so much for staying the distance. It's been a privilege to be here and witness these teams firsthand. Is there anything else we should mention? I mean, there's a 2v2 tournament coming up, of course, on Thursdays. You have the Thursdays and Saturday tournaments. So that should be released in the next couple of days, I believe, the Smash page for that. And of course, Rewind Gaming will be back a week from now to give you games just like these.
Exactly.
There'll be another incredible tournament, number 41, still going strong. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching.
Yeah, so in case you haven't done it already, !Discord to find their way into this lovely community. Make sure you are part of it. And to round things up, Grandy, where can they find you? Where can the people find you in case they want to see more of you?
Best place would either be my Twitter, and that's where I post all my updates, which is IamGrandyB. That is my Twitter handle. Other than that, it's Division 6, which is the community that two of us are proud of. That's division6.org. And you?
Well, I mean, we're both part of Division 6, so as you mentioned, and as well, you can find me on my Twitter handle @FlameBastard.
Oh, there it is.
Much. Yeah, I've put it in the chat, so if you want to check us out, drop a follow. But that is about it. Huge thanks to you guys for coming with us for today.
And
has been an amazing experience, has been a blast, and we'll see you on the next Rewind Gaming Weekly 2v2 on Thursday. So take care, guys, and see ya.
Just words could ever say. And what my heart has heard, well, it takes my breath away.